Oh my gosh, fraud triangle in an actual triangle sense. All right, well, you see here incentive, opportunity, rationalization. We're incentivized by greed, addictions, right? We are pressured, incentivized. There's some reason for us to want to commit fraud. Opportunity, we see a reason. It's just, if a bag of money's sitting right next to you, I mean, you can't tell me you don't want to grab it. Oh, I know you're thinking better than that, but Nick over here, I think we're all gonna try to grab that bag of money. And then rationalization, oh, it's for a good purpose. I'll pay back, or I donate a lot to charity. I'm just stealing this money and then I'm gonna donate it to charity. It's just right. Any rationalization for committing that fraud is third point on the triangle. All right, separation of duties, segregation of duties can be referred to as either. Again, also important on audit, wouldn't you know? And I only say this because you're double dipping, you're killing two birds with one stone. Man, don't kill birds. Birds are great. But yeah, important and pretty simple to know, right? So if we're a company, we want three distinct types of roles. You want someone to record transactions. So, let's think of a big old company. Let's think of, oh man, which company do I want to use today? We will use Microsoft. So Microsoft has accountants who only record transactions. They do not have custody of the assets, right? They don't control the Xboxes, the computers, the software, and they don't authorize anything. They just record. You have people who work in the warehouse and operations, right? Anyone in operations has custody of the assets, whether they're making them or just holding them or shipping them. Again, if you have custody of the assets, you don't have any power to record them or authorize them. And lastly, this could be executives or higher up accountants. You authorize these, or just a whole different department, an authorization department. These individuals, they don't have the ability to record. They don't have the ability to hold these actual assets. You need to keep these three separate. As long as these three are separate, all in theory, right? All in theory, you will not have fraud, or at least makes it much more difficult to commit fraud. Now, that sounds like in a perfect world, right? It is in a perfect world because we actually have two common ways to circumvent these controls. Now, if two people, so one in this group and one in this group, or one in this group, one in this group, collude, they can circumvent, right? Get around the separation of duties. And it is what it is. You did your best. I mean, obviously, you have other controls to prevent collusion. One, for example, is to force people to go on vacation. So if you force them to go on vacation and all of a sudden you see something change in your operations, well, oh, okay, it was probably fraud. Obviously, I'm super simplifying that. Okay, during the week, I transfer custody assets and you record that they're not there, but oh, we forced this person to go on vacation. Well, now there's a replacement in, and this person's not in on it, right? They're not in on the collusion. Or management override. Management can come in and say, hey, I'm going to fire you if you don't falsely record, if you don't falsify our financial statements, right? Or I'm going to fire you if you don't hand me that Xbox you have in the warehouse. So if management comes in and has their way, they're going to completely override that, or collusion is a way. But there are other controls you can have to deal with these. This is just the overall structure that a company should have. Now, as I mentioned, personnel should never have more than one of these activities within their role. It is a risk-reward trade-off because maybe you're a small company and you have a few employees. Well, in order to properly do separation of duties, you would need to possibly hire a whole new person just for the sake of separating out these duties. That's annoying. That's aggravating. It's not fun. So it's a risk-reward. It's a trade-off, right? The reward is you have more secure controls, but it costs more money. And, it does that sometimes. It be like that. Life be like that. So no worries there, but some important points to keep in mind for separation of duties. Hey there. Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material. We'll do it together.
Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.